Hello gang, this is Nathan Basil, aka Leslie Vernon, and this is Hops and Horror.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Hops and Horror. My name is Bo Cooper, and tonight we're going to be talking about a film in 2006 that changed the slasher world forever. A little film known as Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Big shout out to my boy Leslie Vernon, aka Nathan Basil, for doing the shout out for us here on Hops and Horror, man. We appreciate you. This is one of Rob's favorite films. If you're asking yourself why me and Rob aren't sitting down doing the review together, we had a little bit of a conflicting schedule today, but he's going to do his own review in part two. Guys, this film right here definitely takes the cake when it comes to originality. No other movie leaves you on your seat wondering what the character's motives really is. This movie is about Leslie Vernon, someone who really wants to make his name in the slasher industry along the lines with Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Michael Myers. He wants to take a documentary crew and show them what it's all about to become a superior serial killer or a slasher killer. This movie is 2006 produced. It stars Nathan Basil, Angela Goethal, and Robert Englund, the icon himself, Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. So if you guys have never seen this film, I suggest you check it out. It definitely is a wild ride. It leaves you on your seat wondering what's going to happen next. You really don't know the character's motives until the ball really starts to get rolling here in this film. Do me a favor, guys, check it out if you've never seen it. I'm going to let Rob take over because he's seen this movie multiple times. I enjoyed it every time I've watched it. I've probably seen it about 3 times now. Great flick. Once again, thanks to our boy Nathan Basil for doing a shout out for us here at Hops and Horror. Take it away, Rob.
Hello everyone, welcome to the next edition of Hops and Horror. Tonight I'd like to talk about the legend of Leslie Vernon, who in the likes of Mike Myers, Fred Krueger, and Jason Voorhees wants to carve out his own path of terror and be named amongst the greats in slasher history. This takes place 20 years ago in the town of Glen Echo. A boy possessed by evil was taken from his home and thrown over the falls where he perished. That boy now seeks revenge over the town that murdered him. And legend has it, if you're brave enough to go out into the orchard in the night of the harvest moon, and the night is still as death, you can still hear his mother's body swinging in the trees. This movie is great. One of my favorite movies, came out in 2006, 20 years ago. It has a unique, something unique that no other horror movie does. It can slip into a documentary style, into a movie, back into a documentary style, back into a movie. During the documentary parts of the movie, Leslie Vernon will explain what it takes to become the next great serial killer and all the training that he does, from cardio to sleight of hand to become the next great serial killer. It has everything in this movie that you can ask for. It also has, a little twist at the end. I don't want to give away anything. I don't want to give away any spoilers or anything like that, but it's a great movie. I have to say, when it comes to watching, this film, as soon as I saw it, it was instantly one of my favorites. I've watched it numerous times. Anyone that hasn't seen it, if I'm going over my horror collection, I can pull out, Halloween or, Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th, and 99% of the time I've seen that. Big fans have seen, they've seen Behind the Mask, but I mean, for those that haven't seen it, you got to watch it. It's a great film, highly recommended. One of my all-time favorites. Go out and check it out. Cheers, guys. And this brings us to our next part of the review, the beer. This is the Juice is Real Quarantine Edition. I think it's kind of fitting for the time that we're in right now. I'm sure some people are still quarantined or, staying at home, working from home or whatever. And this beer is a double IPA. It is double dry hopped. Like I said, it's from LCB Tehachapi, which makes great IPAs. And let's check it out. Another great beer by LCB. This one, it's got some good bitterness to it, little fruit undertones. When it comes to IPAs, one of the things I always look for, I like a good, clean, crisp bitterness to it. I don't like malty IPAs. And when I say malty, I mean on the sweeter side. Usually there's a balance between hops and malt. If it's a little bit malt heavy, if it's a malty beer, it's a little bit on the sweeter side, which I don't like. I like my beers, like I said, my IPAs to be bitter. This one is bitter, and it's a good solid beer. Like I said, LCB makes a lot of great brews, and this one's no different. Usually also when I'm looking at an IPA, whenever I'm selecting them, I like them to be 30 days, no longer than 30 days old, or, you know, because hops dissipate, so you want your IPAs fresh. This one tastes nice and fresh. It's a great beer, so cheers to you guys out there. Cheers to Bo, who couldn't be here right now. We have, you know, different schedules and whatnot, and we'll be back together soon. And cheers to Leslie Vernon. Cheers to LCB, and thank you guys.
Better run, run, run.